Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing the arrest of a top MS-13 leader this morning in Dale City, Virginia. That's right outside of Washington, D.C. Authorities have not publicly identified him, but an FBI official tells NewsNation his name is Henry Villatoro Santos. He's a 24-year-old undocumented immigrant from El Salvador. He's alleged to be one of the top 3 leaders of this criminal gang, which originated in El Salvador. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was in that country yesterday. We brought it to you live, visiting a mega prison in El Salvador designed to hold MS-13 gang members. That's where the Trump administration also sent alleged members of Tren de Aragua, a gang from Venezuela. Noem today is in Colombia, a longtime U.S. ally in the drug war, looking to smooth things over after a dispute over deportation flights. You may remember, in January, Colombia's president denied 2 flights from entering the country. And President Trump fired back by imposing tariffs and revoking visas for Colombian officials and their families. With us now is former FBI Supervisory Special Agent Rob Chadwick, who was on the gang task force in Northern Virginia. I'm so interested to listen to your insight here. Thank you for joining us, Rob. How big of a deal is this arrest? How much could it impact the gang's operations in our country?
Well, it could be tremendously impactful. Anytime you have the opportunity to take the head of an organization like this out, one, it sends the clear message that no one is untouchable in that organization. And 2, it really serves to send a chilling effect to those members in the organization underneath that person, because now they're wondering, is this person now cooperating with authorities? What access do authorities have to their social networks, their electronics, that sort of thing? So really a multifaceted effect and something that should take effect pretty quickly.
Authorities say this was a joint operation with federal, state, local law enforcement. Can you tell me the background here? How challenging is a major operation like this to pull off?
Something like this obviously takes a lot of effort, a lot of cooperation, a lot of trust between agencies, and I'm really pleased to see those agencies. I was a Fairfax County policeman years and years ago when I began my law enforcement career, and know that it can be challenging to trust other organizations, but something like this really takes a lot of trust, a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings, and so to see these agencies come together and cooperate and collaborate to get their hands on a very violent criminal like this is really heartening.
And this arrest comes after another MS-13 leader was arraigned on terrorism and racketeering charges. This happened on Long Island last week. Is the Trump administration just making more of an effort to get these guys? Is it as simple as that?
Well, I think what you're seeing is a concentration on the most violent criminals wherever they are. And that's really as it should be. We should concentrate on those top, most violent gangs and criminal organizations that are having a very real effect on every one of our communities. No matter who you are, where you live, organizations like this are having a serious effect and have had and will continue to have a serious effect on our way of life. And so this should really give heart to people to see that, the United States government is leaning in and really bringing to bear those resources that we can to disrupt and dismantle very dangerous organizations like MS-13.
And we've been telling our audience that Secretary Noem visited the prison in El Salvador, where many MS-13 members are being held. Here's what she said.
First of all, do not come to our country illegally. You will be removed and you will be prosecuted. But know that this facility is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use if you commit crimes against the American people.
What message is she trying to send here?
I think she's trying to say that there's no place to hide, right? So it's great to see these 2 countries, both of whom are interested in eradicating these violent criminals, these violent organizations from, protecting their citizens. And so, the clear message is the 2 top leaders of these countries are talking, they're collaborating, they're cooperating, and there is no safe place for any of these criminals anymore.
As I mentioned off the top, Noem is now in Colombia after the blow-up over deportation flights. How important is our relationship with other countries when it comes to cracking down these international gangs, these dangerous criminals?
It's critically important, collaboration, cooperation, trust, again, just to send that message that there is no safe place, there is no safe haven. And both of these governments are vitally interested in, just providing a safe way of life for their citizens. And that applies in Colombia and Venezuela and El Salvador, and of course in the United States. So, really important to see our leaders cooperating, collaborating, and getting along at the top level.
Rob Chadwick, thank you so much for coming on this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.